friends, since Ukraine refuses to give up territory to Russia during negotiations. The occupiers' generals got the expected dressing down in the Kremlin and received a clear order to occupy the entire territory of Donetsk region by the end of March. Well, as they put it, not to occupy, but to liberate, or more neutrally, to reach the borders. It's an ambitious goal to take Donetsk by April. I think it'll fail, like every past deadline for taking Donetsk did. Honestly, I can't remember them all. The first one I recall was June 15th. All of Luhansk by June 15th, all of Donetsk by July 15th, 2022. And I laughed, thinking, what are they going to ruin for me? My birthday. But they didn't ruin it. The main stronghold area for the Ukrainian armed forces in Donetsk region is, without a doubt, the agglomeration of Slovyansk, Kramatorsk, Druzhkivka, and Kostiantynivka. From Sloviansk to Kostyantynivka, it stretches from north to south. And, apparently, they've abandoned the plan to capture all four of these cities one after another from the south, starting with Kostyantynivka, advancing from the direction of Donetsk, Toretsk, and Chasiv. Another direction too. With two tentacles, they're pushing for Slavyansk along the road, Bakhmut and Dranivka, but they're stuck, so it was a secondary push. The idea was to take the long agglomeration from both sides and cut logistics. It made sense. And now the enemy sees that it's just not working out. They're running out of time. The plan is good, but it's not working, so they decided to split it into two, and, accordingly, to split the agglomeration into two as well, to encircle and capture Kostiantynivka and Druzhkivka, and to storm Kramatorsk and Slavyansk separately. From the direction of Bakhmut, from the direction of Siversk, from Lyman, and, simply put, they have to revive Dobropilya because it's also about logistics. I posted details earlier, and with the map, it's clear and convincing. For those interested, the enemy's operation in Donbas is a big one. Check out the Sazonov Telegram channel and Kyrylo Pravdarov on Facebook. The links are in the description. Kostyantynivka has long been a thorn in the side for the advancing forces. That's why they decided to deal with it harshly, with maximum concentration of effort. They planned to enter the city from three sides at once. To complicate our logistics, they even blew up the dam yesterday. I posted a video at headquarters showing how the river and the stream flowing into the turrets overflowed. As if our logistics were simple before that. With so many drones and netted roads, the way from Druzhkovka is now on foot. But here's the thing. Approaching Kostyantynivka from those three sides, it's not working out. From the south, they pushed into Toretsk's outskirts, getting close to Highway 0504. This Pokrovsk-Bakhmut road is actually the key route for Kostyantynivka from every direction. And from the other directions, they can't get close to Kostyantynivka, they run into Ukrainian positions. So, there's an order to take out those positions, reach the outskirts of Kostyantynivka, and start the assault. But they've been getting that order for a year or two already. As for the offensive on Kostyantynivka from the west, that's through Berstok and Ilyanovka, and from the south, through Pleshchivka. The enemy's situation now boils down to a simple formula. They headed for Konstaka, got hit along the way, and had to turn back. Basically, they never made it to Konstaka, getting hit earlier than expected. They entered the city from the east but ran right into Highway 0504, the Pokrovsk-Bakhmut road. At that point, it becomes a street near Kostyantynivka. It's become the main landmark now. And they ran into it. They still can't cross it yet. And by the way, in the rear, they still haven't fully taken Chasiv Yar, where fighting is ongoing, which adds some stress and complicates logistics. So what's the situation as of today? Berestok and Ilanovka are near the western edge of Kostyantynivka. From there, you can attack the city, push into residential areas. But you must secure those outskirts, bring in reinforcements, and set up drone crews. Right now, it's just not realistic. The AFU takes out anyone who tries to enter Ilanovka. Kostyantynivka is really close, right there. But being close doesn't mean you can just go in. From the south, AFU positions in Klin, south of the same highway, near Ivanopoliye, are causing problems. That's north of the Gleopambik Reservoir. People from Donetsk know or love. Both climbers and fishermen do too. It's a wonderful place. Yeah. And those positions are still there. And they're causing problems both to the west, near Ilyanovka, and So before any decisive assault from these two directions, Klin and especially Ilyanovka, they need to be taken out. Same goes for the positions in Ilyanovka. The problem is, if the AFU get pushed out of there, they'll just fall back to Konstantinova, to pre-prepared positions, and there are plenty of those in the city. Believe me, our brigade spent quite a while pulling out from positions. From Toretsk and Chasev Yar to Konstika, I commuted every other day. Back then, it was a calm rear area. Shops, markets, and the bank were open. Now, barely 2,000 people remain. There are plenty of positions there, but urban combat is tough, especially with enough manpower. The advancing side in Konsta will run into a new defensive line. They'll get stuck there, and it'll be for a long time. So the scenario of quickly taking Kostiantynivka from three sides, encircling Druskivka the same way, and pushing toward Kramatorsk, that's just an ideal scenario for the enemy, and it fits perfectly. But it's more suited for a science fiction novel, maybe by Prilpin or whoever among their hacks is still alive and writing something. In reality, things are much more complicated, and the plans to deal with the agglomeration by April also belong in the realm of fantasy, right behind the Russian warship. Even the plans to take Konsta in a month look a bit. A dreamily big city can't be compared to Bakhmut or Avdiivka, especially since concentrating the kind of forces the enemy managed back then is something the occupiers can no longer do. Never. Ahead of them lies a long and very bloody story with a questionable prize at the end, and they have no reserves left. Now they might use their benchwarmers as firewood or as a woman if they prefer. So the special military operation is going to plan. As planned, the war's fifth year begins with the Donbas battle.